Pithoragarh. This hilly district of Uttarakhand shares borders with Tibet in the north and Nepal in the east. Situated at a height of 1,645 meters above sea level, Pithoragarh lies in the valleys of the mighty Himalayan peaks and can be inaccessible during rain and bad weather. The spellbinding beauty of the hills belies the rigors faced by the people living here. 7 kilometers to the east of district headquarters, within the sleepy hills, lies the subservice area of Mankatia. Mankatia, comprising of 12 villages, a little over 600 households, and a population of 1,868, is spread out in an area of 50 square kilometers.
पहाड़ों से तो दिक्कत ही है हमको, मतलब कुछ मिलता ही नहीं है, दूर है, परेशानी, बिल्कुल पैसा नहीं है घर में, कुछ है नहीं हमारे पास, कुछ करे भी तो क्या करें हम.
Nabard and Uttarakhand Gramin Bank therefore decided to implement the pilot project on comprehensive financial inclusion in the widespread and sparsely populated SSA of Mankatia. Villagers get by with little in places like Mankatia. Almost every family has or had a member in the army. The economy runs on remittance, army pension, and the lure of migration to a big city. It was known that implementing a digital-based financial inclusion project would be a challenge in Mankatia. But the magnanimity of the challenge would be appreciated only after the experience. Because any outreach program here is quite literally an uphill task. Dr. Sunil Pandey, Chief Functionary of NGO Nidhi, knows the difficulties of life in Mankatia as none other. Nidhi was chosen as the NGO partner to implement the project. Nidhi conducted the door-to-door survey to assess the banking service needs of the people. Action planning and implementation methods were discussed in the fortnightly Village Level Monitoring Committee or VLMC meetings. Progress made was evaluated in a post-pilot survey. If making people to think of financial inclusion in a low-key Mankatia wasn't difficult enough, bringing them together in one place proved to be even more challenging. Unfazed, Nidhi conducted more than 20 awareness camps in the SSA.
हमारे गांव में हर महीने कैंप लगता है. सर बाहर से वड्डा पिथौरागढ़ से आते हैं और यहाँ हर चीज़ के बारे में हमें जागरूकता करते हैं.
None of the telecommunication networks work in all locations in Pithoragarh, and there are some locations where all of them fail. The promise of the internet superhighway to bridge distances is yet to materialize here.
Speak about overall Uttarakhand, we have 76% branches in rural areas. We have 286 branches, but as far as Mankatia is concerned, it is an unbanked area totally. Our nearest branch, Vadda, is 25 kilometers from that area. So we had to provide facility to the doorsteps, because if they go 25 kilometers and come back, their whole day is wasted.
Hoping to prevent the villagers from undertaking the arduous journey from Mankatia to Vadda branch, Uttarakhand Gramin Bank tried to set up a banking correspondent or BC point at 3 villages, Digra, Room and Shakun in the SSA. The bank tried to establish connectivity through VSAT, which did not work at least during the project period. Determined to provide the experience of digital transactions to the villagers, Uttarakhand Gramin Bank roped in the BC of State Bank of India, Seva Bharat. Under the account opening drive, functionaries from Nidhi would collect account opening forms from Vadda branch, complete them at the village and go back to Vadda to submit them with the bank branch. Branch officials would come to the villages and verify documents on location, go back and open accounts in CBS.
हमने ये कोशिश किया कि मैक्सिमम लोगों के खाते आज के डेट में 100% खाते वहाँ खुल चुके हैं उस क्षेत्र में, और मैक्सिमम लोगों को हमने ATM भी इशू कर दिए हैं.
In this manner, Vadda branch opened 411 new saving bank accounts covering almost all the individuals in the SSA. But issuance of debit cards, which stood at 27% before the pilot, grew to only 29% till the time of the post-pilot survey. People were not ready to be charged annual fees for debit card. a service they could not utilize in absence of ATM and BC. Major crops in Mankatia are wheat, maize, and ragi. Subsistence-level agricultural production drives the cash economy. There are 348 farmers in Mankatia SSA. KCC accounts increased from 7 to 130 during the project period. 104 families already had accounts with primary agricultural credit societies. 15 families had KCC accounts with State Bank of India, and 41 families were agricultural laborers. The remaining farmers consciously decided not to avail KCCs even after several rounds of awareness camps.
उपयोग करने वाली भी जानकार होने चाहिए, तभी तो खाता खोलेंगे, नहीं तो खाता खोल के क्या होता है करके खाता खोल दिया, ऐसा होगा वैसा होगा, उसी में रहिए, काम करने वाला कर ले गया, फायदा खाने वाला फायदा खाने, वो जैसा का तैसा ही तो रहता है ना.
85 farmers were given Rupee Kisan cards where there were none in the pre-pilot phase. 78 farmers enrolled for crop insurance. Apart from agriculture, Mankatia has few other avenues for income generation. Sparing resources for subscribing to a pension scheme did not appeal to the population despite door-to-door campaigning for social security schemes. Enrollment under Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana more than doubled from 27 to 56% of the eligible population between 18 and 70 years. But enrollment under Atal Pension Yojana grew marginally from 40 to 41% of the eligible population between 18 and 40 years. There was a general apathy towards social security schemes, but there was a good response for enrollment under Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. 112 girls out of 133 below the age of 10 got enrolled under the scheme.
हमने सुकन्या योजना के तहत अकाउंट खुलवाया है, तो ये अकाउंट बहुत अच्छा है बच्चों के लिए. मेरी लड़की 2.5 साल की है, तो इसमें 18 साल बाद पैसा मिलेगा, वो 5 लाख रुपए मिलेगा, जिससे हम इसकी शादी भी हमारी हो सकती है, और हम चाहें तो इसको कुछ भी कोर्स भी करा सकते हैं बच्चे को.
Very early in the monitoring process, the VLMC realized that digital banking outreach in Mankatia will be limited for some time to come. In such trying circumstances, the time-tested financial inclusion model of self-help groups was the best solution to bring people into the banking fold. Shared difficulties and common predicament were factors that ensured homogeneity. At least one woman from each household was enrolled as a member of an SHG. More than 40 SHGs were promoted.
समूह खोला हमने. समूह में हर लेडीज़ 5 लेडीज़ों की मीटिंग होती है. एक लेडीज़ को अगर 2000 चाहिए तो हम सब लेडीज़ें साइन करके उसमें प्रस्ताव रखते हैं, तो लेडीज़ें फिर ऐसे करके अपना गुजारा करती हैं.
Skill development training programs and capacity building for bookkeeping were conducted. To encourage peer-to-peer learning, members of successful and established SHGs from neighboring SSAs were invited to share their experiences. Uttarakhand Grameen Bank successfully achieved their credit targets under the project. 23 consumer loans, 33 mudra loans, and 204 other loans were sanctioned. 76% of these loans were extended to SHGs or SHG women. Under these trying circumstances, the program implementers have left no stone unturned in making these achievements possible. Will the inherent difficulties arrest this momentum, or will the indomitable human spirit prevail? Only time will tell. But fact be told, the newly formed SHGs still have a problem. Once the SHGs grow and their financial demands reach the next level, how will they transact? Towards the end of the project, BC points and VSATs had been set up at Digra and Malsaw villages. They conduct 12 to 20 transactions a day. But the SHG women will still have to travel 15 kilometers away to Wadda branch to conduct an SHG transaction. Dual authentication of secretary and treasurer of the SHG at BC point is the only solution. But Uttarakhand Grameen Bank and sponsor bank SBI have yet to operationalize this facility. Hopefully, this is only a temporary issue and will be addressed sooner than later.
We think that by such programs, we can improve the livelihood and lifestyle, and also we can have a better trust between the bankers and the rural population.
This project has laid the foundation of financial inclusion in Mankatia. Sustained efforts of banks will bring the transformational change in the years to come.